And welcome to the first 20 minutes of Dark and Light. Dark and Light is a new survival open sandbox game currently in development in early access. And so, just like, other survival games such as Ark, you basically have to walk around and punch things. You collect all of your resources. They asked me to craft this rune right now. So you walk around and grab all the flowers and trees and everything else that you can see. This light rune is nice because it gives you a little personal flashlight. And as you're walking around, hacking away at things, you do have to be careful about hitting other objects that might be in the way. For example, you don't want to hit any of the NPC guards or NPCs near a guard because they will come whack you and take you out. Now, I'll show you what that is like here, but you lose all your stuff, but you get a corpse with all your stuff on it and decay of, I think, a few minutes, maybe 4 minutes. So, run back to your corpse and pick up your stuff, and you'll be right back to where you were, just about. If it has been too long, let's see, I gotta find a tree here. I think I knocked down all the trees in a previous character I had on this server. If you're knocked out too long, or if it takes too long to get to your corpse, then yeah, you'll lose some or all of your stuff. That's generally the price of death in this game. Other than that, there's really no big price to pay. So gathering in this game is pretty easy. Just about everything around here can be gathered. You have to pick the right tool, for the right job. So if you want to gather twine from a tree, I'm not quite there yet. I'm still gathering wood right now. Boy, where are all the trees? So it's a little harder in the dark to find stuff because you can't see very far ahead of you. But at least having this light rune makes it a little easier. And I just ran out of stamina there. I've been running around. Shift allows you to sprint, but obviously only as long as you have stamina. So if you're out in the wild doing this, I'm in a city, so I'm in my starter city, so it's a safe zone. If you're out in the wild trying that, I would be careful to monitor your stamina. There we go. I finally got my skills up there. I'm going to get some more wood here. I'd like to get my melee up so that I get the stone sword that allows me to gather twine. Look at this. There's a guard trying to take out a gold sheep. And don't get too close. Well, I'll show you death. Let me finish this first, and we'll come back if that guy's still going. How did a sheep get in here? I don't know, but sometimes the AI have crazy pathing. It's not uncommon for a game in early access to have all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And I have to say, this game is no exception. I'm just gonna say there are about 100 wonky things going on with this game right now. Things where like, who decided to do this? But this is the time for developers to do that. Really, this is the time for developers to go, okay, fine, we'll try it your way. And then they have these whimsical changes, 180 degrees back and forth, and that's just how it's going to work in these early access games. So now I'm getting runes from the rocks. The runes are good for crafting magical items. You'll also need... I got to get rid of some weight here, so I'm just going to drop some stuff that I either don't need right away, or I can always, if I have easy access to... I'm blind. Gotta get that light sprint up again. There she is. Okay. Why? I don't know why that came on the default panel. So you have two control panels. I'm sorry, two hot bars in this game, and you can move them around. Sorry, you can select them based on the Alt key. So you have your primary panel and then your secondary panel, and all you have to do is press the Alt key, and that will toggle you between the two. I haven't really seen another way to get more hotbars, but excuse me. I think this is early access, so everything you see here could change by the time this game gets published. But this will give you a good view. Oh, there's that guy. All right, now here's a good time for me to show you death. Just walk up here, and boom. Now, why is there? Sounds like there was a guy's voice when I died. Anyway, so there's a little timer. You get to respawn. Those locations on the left, you can select different locations that you want to respawn, and you can, at some point when you get a higher level, there's a resurrect or respawn node, soulstone I guess they call it, that you can craft and place in a house, that so you can spawn back in your house. Alright, now I'm gonna sneak up here and loot my body. There we go. So a small corpse run, no great loss. They auto equip some armor here, so you get I think a chest piece and leg piece automatically. So if you die multiple times, you'll have 10, 12 copies of that. So I just dump them. There, yeah, leg, armor, chest, and foot. So I already have duplicates of that. I'm not interested in selling them or anything. There's no way to break them down into the component materials at this point, so deconstruct them or whatever. So I'm just gonna toss them because I need the weight. I need the room. I need to remove the weight in order to keep my weight below my encumbrance level. Yeah, I'm still kind of... Hey, he's done. Alright, so here's how you, you loot the dead. And with animals and such, you can, hack them up. So I'm going to get my stone axe out. Hack this sheep. There we go. Now we're getting some stuff. Yeah, so now I've got some fresh meat I can go cook, or... there we go. I got the melee crafting up. Let's get that stone sword. Good stuff. Now with the stone sword, I'll be able to get twine faster. So a was mentioning earlier, you want to choose the right tool for the job. So you, if you want to get the most rock out of the rocks, then use the stone axe. If you want to get more ore out of the rock, then use the pickaxe, for example. And you're just going to have to play around with all the tools to figure out which one is the best tool to use for the thing you're trying to get. So right now, I'm trying to get some twine. So I'm going to take the sword and I'm going to whack at some trees. And of course, I get everything that's around the tree, right? But I'm getting the twine that I wanted, so that's a good thing. I'm trying to level up my ranged crafting so that I can make a bow and some arrows. And just like other games in this genre, they offer you the ability to tame creatures, just like many other types of these games, like Citadel and Ark and such. In this game, you tame creatures by shooting them with a bow and arrow. And the type of arrow that you have to use is a hook arrow. And this kind of lulls them, you exhaust the beast and then this lulls them into a kind of stupor, and then you feed them, and after a long period of time, if you have fed them enough food and prevented them from recovering, they might become yours. It's a little far-fetched, but it works, I wish it was more magic, because this is definitely a magical realm, like Citadel. You just have a staff and a spell, and you can do a forward roll. I thought you could do a backward roll too, but anyway, that was a double tap on the W to do a forward roll. And yeah, there's a little glitch there. So that's among the 100 or so wonky things going on with this game. I have this set to max, graphics and 2160p. I'm running two 1080Xs right now, and I got a ton of memory, so this is running about as good as it can get at this point. So it's obviously not optimized. I wouldn't expect that at this stage for this game. But just among the wonky things that are going to happen in an early access game. So, so the team here could be a little, at least a little to be desired, right? But it is difficult. It does make you, plan it really, really, really plan it out. I'm gonna whack this rabbit and get some more meat. Now, I've used the sword and I've used the stone axe on these beasts, and I think I get more bone and pelts and fur when I use the stone axe. Unfortunately, I haven't done a scientific analysis on this, so I'll kill them with the sword because that does more damage, right? And then get the stone axe, and then get all the meat and fur and bones and stuff. You'll need all that, right? This is a crafting game, so you'll need everything you pick up. Some things you can eat right away, some things you need to process. Obviously, you don't want to eat raw meat. And everything is on a timer, so the meat will go bad in a few minutes, and you'll have to cook it. There's a campfire over there. Oh, I think that's one that I placed. I had another character on this server. I wanted to show you guys from scratch, so I just started a new character. So I'm going to try to place my campfire I think I'm too close. Yeah, I'm too close. So you can't place structures that are too close to another player's structures or the city. Okay, here we go. Far enough out. So here's a campfire. You'll need to add, kindling, so straw. You can also burn wood. When you burn the wood, it will turn into ash, and you'll need the ash for crafting. Specifically, you'll need the ash to craft those taming arrows. They're called hook arrows. And you'll need a ton of ash to do it. So instead of throwing that wood away, just put it in the fire and let it turn to ash. Okay, here's my first meat. So that's edible. You can go ahead and eat that. And that'll cure you of some hunger. It was just raining, so I'm not thirsty. I kind of like that about the game. You don't have to worry about drinking water when it's raining. But you do have to worry about drinking water when it's not raining. So currently, the only way that I found that you can drink water in this game is by actually going out and standing in the water. So, okay, I guess that's one way to do it, but I think eventually, they'll probably have a flask or something you can carry with you. In the magical crafting, you can. Is it magical? I don't recall right now, but you can craft flasks, glass flasks, and you'll use these for potions and things. And you have to fill them with water. So you can either have a bunch of flasks on you and then just go out in the rain and they'll fill up, or you can go stand in the water, river or lake, and then right click on the flask to use it, and then it will fill up with water. I have not tried drinking the water from one of those flasks, so that might be a possibility. But I would think something like, um, making a goat stomach, making that into a flask would have been a more appropriate use of intestines of that sheep, using the sheep's stomach. Just gives you an idea of the kinds of craftable things and the craft skill tree, as you see here. So this game does depend on skill level. And okay, well, that's about it for this. We're out of time. I do appreciate you. Oh, wait a minute. Am I saying I'm not out of time? I'm doing fine. I'm a few minutes ahead. Okay, so let's continue crafting then. Let's try to. Straw portion of that. Boy, I always, weight is the one thing in this game you're always going to need, and you'll get buffs that increase your encumbrance level and all kinds of stuff. So you'll be able to carry more, and your stuff will weigh less. And but boy, I always increase the weight limit every time I level. Other than that, on the top tree here, you can increase whatever you like. You're going to need all of it at some point. Once you start using your staff for offensive spells, you're going to need Ah, there we go. Okay, got my straw up, so now I can build foundations and stuff. So once you start using your staff more for offensive spells, you're going to have to, have mana, right? Um, if you don't have enough, you'll just piss them off. Um, you need to be able to finish them off. So, you'll have to bump up your mana and health and damage. Now, if you plan to just do, there's no class in this game, but if you plan to just do, melee, that's one thing. However, ranged has an advantage. Not having to, um, have a ton of armor, and there's no insta heals that I've seen in this game. It's you have to stop, drink a potion, and then heal over time. So you're not going to be able to just mash healing potions, you know, to keep yourself healed while you're going toe to toe with a monster. You'll have to be careful and plan that battle, and that starts at range. So that way you're not taking a lot of damage that you're going to have to repair. So, you can, solo. You can focus on melee if you want. That's fine. But these types of games were really, I think, intended for group play and ranged combat, at least to start the battle. Now you can use the bow and arrow as well, but the bow and arrow isn't going to give you, I think, as much damage potential. So I think the ranged spells have a higher DPS than any of the ranged skills are going to have. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just build a bunch of these base blocks. These are the foundation blocks. And I think I just build a door frame and a door to go with that. And that should take us out to 20 minutes, I think. Oh, I'm right around 22 minutes now, but let me just show you the basics of building here, and then we'll call it the first 20 minutes. And door, okay. So you have to, obviously find a place to build your house. There's no plots. There's no predetermined places. It's a sandbox, open world. But there are restrictions. You cannot build in a city, and you cannot build too close. I'm super encumbered right now, but there's no monsters around. Let me try this area here. I think this is too close to. I'm not going to be able to build a big house. And you can see where. There you go. See, I'm getting the air. I'm too close. When you try to place that block, I can place blocks up here, but then I'll have some trouble connecting them. Now, at some point, building on a hill, you might build, layers under your house and then put stairs in. I have not seen stairs in this game yet, so pretty much you're just going to have the one floor, at least right now, as far as I can see. And I've only played probably 20 hours of this, so take that for what it's worth. Okay, let's build up here a little bit. That will be... There we go. Now we can actually build a proper house up there. Maybe a small hovel. How's that? And you can go ahead and... I'm just going to destroy these. So you have to bring up the little radial menu there. That's E to bring up the menu, and then mouse over what you want to do, and then either let go or select with the mouse. Okay. Now let's see if I can build this out a little bit. Sure can. I think I can fit one more in the nook there. Good. Now, where am I going to put my door? I'm going to get rid of some of these. See if they're obstructing my ability to place this foundation block. Probably not. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to place that foundation block. That's okay. I can always build out. I have a few, maybe 20 feet in front of me there I can build out. So I'm not extremely worried about it. Like 4 meters out there. And we're just going to build the door frame. Yeah, that's a good spot. I can run up there and get in the door easily. No more plants in my house. Only for decoration. Okay. So more stuff to build, but you know that's a pretty good introduction for the first 20 minutes. And there it is. I built a little house, and we're pretty much ready to go take on the next level. Thank you for watching.